Have you ever felt fear about doing something that you know you want to do? No. Of course you have. All of us have. I've been thinking a lot about this recently. Fear is so useful and it's so debilitating, right? I mean, it gives us so much information if we listen to it and we don't get stopped by it. But it can also just stop us in our tracks, which is what it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to stop you in your tracks so that you can figure out what the next best step is. And I just want to tell a story because, of course, I'm coaching artists and that's what I'm about. And really, I'm thinking about getting the work out into the world and how scary that can be, and how and why to listen to what your fears are. But the story is from when I was in college and I went on a backpacking trip with a group of friends who actually were really good and well trained at this kind of thing, and I was a newbie. I think I would still consider myself a newbie. But anyway, we had big, heavy packs on our backs, and we were in the desert, and we needed to rappel down this spot into a lower area. And it was terrifying to me. I'd never done any rappelling before. None. And the idea was we were going to go around, rappel over a boulder and down into a ravine, wearing the 85-pound pack, right? So the first person went and he did it brilliantly. It was fabulous. And then it was my turn, and I was terrified. And I kind of, I knew that I just had to push through and do it, right? And so I did. I pushed through and I started down and I froze. I mean, like, I froze. I was completely unable to move. And my friend had to talk me onto a ledge and help me get the pack off. He said later I sounded like a cow giving birth. It was awful. And I succeeded. I got down. He went back up and got my pack. It all worked out. But had I listened to the fear and done some problem solving with these people who really actually did know what they were doing, it would have been obvious that the thing to do is to send the pack down first and then send me down, right? I didn't need to go with the pack. But I didn't think about it, right? So this is the thing. If fear is stopping you in your tracks, if you are feeling fearful about putting your work out, about doing something, stop and listen to the fear. Listen to it not as like you should not ever do this. Maybe that's the answer, but maybe it's more like you got to put some things in place first. You got to make sure, for example, if you're an artist putting work out into the world, you got to make sure you have a good support system. You got to make sure you're putting it out in the right place, in the right way, in the right timing that makes sense for it. You got to make sure that you are, a good support system, that's very complex, what that is. And that you've really taken care of yourself, right? Which means understanding what the dangers are. And that you've got things in place if those dangers come to fruition. Val Gilman, Taproot Arts and Insight. I'm a coach for artists. I help people through all sorts of things, but one of them is getting your work out into the world. And if this is an issue for you, boy, would I love to help you, because I believe so firmly that the challenging work in the world needs to happen. It needs to get out in the world. We need it. We need the difficult thing that you're saying in your work. So get in touch with me. All right.